Yet another visit for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers regarding some NFL draft prospects that they have been bringing in. This is possibly one of the most, if not the most interesting names to date, as the Bucs have had a visit with Georgia edge defender Nolan Smith. Now, this is a top 30 visit that was confirmed. And look, Nolan Smith has been getting so much attention in this pre-draft process, and it's completely understandable to see why. He has huge potential at the next level as an athlete. I don't think anybody in the world is questioning that. He absolutely blew up the combine with his numbers of a 4.39 40-yard dash, a 41.5 vertical jump, and a 10-foot 8-inch broad jump. Phenomenal numbers for a linebacker, for a edge defender, whatever you want to call it. He is 6'2", 238 pounds. He has been compared to Samson Ebukam by Lance Zierlein of the NFL Network, and I think that there is a load of potential for Nolan Smith, and that's not a new opinion, right? People have been gushing and raving about Nolan Smith for so stinking long now, and the combine numbers just added more fuel to the fire. But whenever you look at a defensive mind like Todd Bowles, a defensive mind that really likes to be aggressive with blitzing and different types of looks in terms of front sevens, I guess I should say, with the different types of looks that he is going to give and the different types of pressures that he is going to give from so many different angles, and especially blitzing middle linebackers in some situations. I think that there is so much stinking potential for Nolan Smith, and if I'm being completely honest, I don't know this for a fact, but if I had to make a guess, I think a guy like Todd Bowles, as a defensive mind, would be salivating to have a guy like Nolan Smith in his defense. Again, that's not a source or anything like that. That's just me making an assumption, because if I was a defensive mind, I would be salivating to get a guy like Nolan Smith in my defense. And when you look at his size, 6'2", 238 pounds, the versatility is there, right? He played a lot of outside edge while at Georgia. I think in a Todd Bowles defense specifically, you can have him blitzing inside. You can have him playing on the edge. You can move him in so many different situations. You can even probably put his hand in the dirt and possibly play him along the defensive line if he does bulk up a little bit. The possibilities can be very large in terms of Nolan Smith and what he can do for your defense. He reminds me a lot of a guy like Micah Parsons, where a lot of people thought that he was going to be playing middle linebacker for the Cowboys. He did in a lot of situations. Then they put him at defensive end, and just everybody blew up, right? It just went incredible. He's one of the best pass rushers in the entirety of the NFL right now. I think Nolan Smith does legitimately have that type of potential, and if you put him in a right defense, an aggressive defense, where the guy is blitzing a lot from a lot of different angles, you could have a phenomenal pass rusher on your hands. Now, here's the caveat here. Here is the kind of the bad news, I guess I should say, is that Nolan Smith might not even be available for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers when they pick at 19. I have seen a lot of mock drafts that have him going as late as 20, even in some cases being mocked to the Buccaneers at 19, and I have seen a handful of mock drafts that have him going as high as number 10 or even number 6 to the Detroit Lions. There's that much range with Nolan Smith. Nobody is really arguing that this guy isn't going to be a first-round draft pick. I think the general consensus is that Nolan Smith is going to be a first-round guy. It's just a matter of where do you put him. And again, some experts have put him in the 20 to late teens range. Some people have put him in the 10s range in terms of 10 to 12, something along those lines. Some people have had him going as high up as number 6. It just really is a guess at this point as to how high Nolan Smith is going to go, but you know the potential is there. You know that teams are going to be interested. And that is, I feel like, unfortunate for the Buccaneers, because they might not even get a chance to draft Nolan Smith. I think that the fact that they have a top 30 visit here definitely lends to that idea that they at least have some semblance of a hope that Nolan Smith will be there when they pick. And man, if he is there when the selection is made in terms of pick 19, you really think I don't think it is crazy to think that that is a legitimate possibility there for the Bucs, and I think that they will heavily consider that. I know a lot of people have been talking about, well, they need a tackle, well, they need a safety, well, they need this, well, they need that. Edge rusher could be a very legitimate thing. Devin White is on the last year of his deal. Shaq Barrett is coming off of a pretty nasty Achilles injury that he had suffered midway through last season, and he is certainly not getting any younger. Joe Tryon-Shoyinka, while he has taken certain steps to be a better pass rusher, you could always add more. Now, they did add depth in Anthony Nelson, bringing him back. You did bring back Levante David, which I think is huge as well, but he's also getting up there in age. He is not getting any younger. He may retire after this upcoming season. I think with Nolan Smith, you get a guy who can do so many different things that it lessens any type of blow that may be coming in terms of the Buccaneers front seven, and it definitely gives you options to move on from certain guys if you need to, if you have to, due to salary cap limitations or anything along those lines. So I really like Nolan Smith. I think that he is a very solid prospect that can certainly offer you a lot. It's obvious the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are interested, and we will see if he is going to be even available when the Tampa Bay Buccaneers make their selection. And if they do, myself personally, I think that that'd be a pretty good pick, and I would not be mad at all. But what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this down in the comments section below. I'd love to hear them. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, folks, I'll see you all in the next video or the next live stream. But until then, and as always, guys, goodbye for now, and go Bucs.